Tony D and Little Joan in the background, and this is a screenwriter's rant on Maxxxine or Max XXX a movie that takes place in 1985, and it's a sequel to X and Pearl. It's part of a trilogy which may go on. It's not bad. I kind of dig it. So let's get into it. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 14, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. So this is Los Angeles, 1985, and the music is from my era. It's very 1985 without being too 1985, if you know what I mean. You know, 80s movies where they push the 80s into your face, and you're like, all right, I get it, it's the 80s. This seems to be just the right amount. Oh, look who it is. It's Gus. Gus is in it. And it's funny to see the old hairstyles as well. So, Mia Goth plays Maxxxine, who wants to be a movie star, but she's been in adult pictures, and then she's trying to make the hop over. And Bobby Cannavale, Kevin Bacon's in it. I think Kevin Bacon's the murderer, but I'm not sure. So if you remember X Maxxxine was doing I guess it was a softcore, or I don't know if it was X-rated. I guess it was X-rated, and because I didn't see it, I saw the trailer. It looks amazing, but it takes place in there. They go to a farm or in a barn to shoot their porno, and then it turns into a slasher movie, and then the old lady from that movie is Pearl, which then they make a separate movie about, also played by Mia Goth when Pearl was younger, and now it's Maxxxine. So Maxxxine is partially dealing with the fallout from X, and then Pearl was how X sort of came about. So you get it. It's like all the movies kind of tie in a weird way, but Mia Goth is playing both Pearl younger and Maxxxine in the modern era. So there's rumors they may do a fourth movie, which would be interesting to see, like maybe Maxxxine in the modern era, assuming she survives this movie. So it looks pretty cool. I like the look of it, everything about it. So Bobby Cannavale, who else? Giancarlo Esposito and Kevin Bacon. They get a with credit, so they're in it, but they're not. More like an extended cameo. Mia Goth. I don't recognize. Michelle Monaghan. I know that name. So, yeah. Yeah, I think this could be good. I still have to go sit back and see the other ones. I did like the looks of it, and I like the weirdness of the entire concept. And then this also takes place during the Night Stalker days. The Night Stalker terrorized Los Angeles in, I guess it was in the 70s and the 80s. I don't think they knew about him until the 80s. I don't know. It's been a long time. So I guess is it the Night Stalker? Is it not? Maybe it is. Maybe it's the Night Stalker. I don't know. So she's got to deal with that, and she's dealing with the fallout of the events of the previous movies, and she's trying to make a go of being a movie star. But some detective is on her trail, possibly trying to figure out the murders from the previous movie, and she and I haven't seen the X movie, but I'm pretty sure they put down the murderers at the end. Otherwise, how does Mia even survive it, right? So she's probably on the hook for their murders, which nobody knew about, kind of thing. So it looks cool, and It's got a lot of cool callbacks to the 1980s. Besides the Night Stalker, you see there's a lot of videotapes back in the day of videotapes. You can see the look is cool. There appears to be a scene at the Psycho House. Bobby's always great in this. Everything's got like an old school look to it. The music, everything. So I'm loving it. And they shot it, I guess, on the Universal lot. So that's kind of cool. You know, LA has changed, but it hasn't changed that much, quite frankly. So wouldn't take much other than to drop in some payphones and maybe change the decor. I wonder if they shot a green screen deal. Yeah, that would be easier than this. Interesting. Maps to the Stars, I remember that. I don't think they do that anymore. It's probably all done online. So, yeah, I think Mia could carry this movie. And I think there's got to be room for another one. I think I would love to see Maxxine now as the old lady, you know, having to deal with one final chapter. So like Mia, maybe see some flashbacks, but Mia as like wearing the old makeup would be kind of cool. Or maybe even another actress playing her, which, you know, wouldn't be bad either. Or you have a different actress plays Maxxine, and then Mia plays her daughter, right? Repeating sort of the same patterns from the previous films. I like that idea. And I like it when actors and actresses play different characters, you know, but kind of in the same themes. Like one of the missed opportunities, I'll say, was Night of the Living Dead, right? The sequels. Like the first movie's pretty good. It's a pretty good zombie movie back in the 80s. But then they made a sequel. Now everybody had died in the previous movie, but they made a sequel with the same cast. So they recast them as different characters. It didn't quite work though, unfortunately. And I don't know if they got everybody, but to me that would be a fun way to do a movie sequel, right? Especially one not as serious as say a zombie movie or even a horror movie like this. It would be interesting to me to see the actors kind of playing the same roles, and that's what I love about, say, the guys who do Super Troopers, Broken Lizard. They've done that. It's, again, it hasn't quite worked out. A couple of movies it sort of did, though. A couple of movies it sort of did. You know, I think though in that particular instance, they kind of maybe, you know, you got to make sure that the actor can handle those different roles. It's tough. It's tough, you know. In one you're going to play the romantic lead, and then another you're going to play the killer. It's like, well, it's romantic lead supposed to be for a handsome guy. The funny guy's got to have a certain look. You know, everybody's got to have a certain look. In this, though, I think Mia's playing kind of similar characters in that Pearl, although she was a total psychopath, but she was also desperate for attention, right? And Maxxine's kind of that way, too. So I like the interesting parallels of that. So it's called Maxxine from A24. When's it coming out? Coming soon. Coming soon. Probably this spring. This feels like a spring, early summer movie. Like it's big enough. It's almost kind of a summer movie, even though it's a horror movie, because it's had some build up to it. And I kind of like that. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan, somewhere in the house. Thanks for tuning in. I finally got some sleep last night. Man, I was out of it. I'm going to go do the Piney podcast now. I also didn't even update the webcomic factory. So go check out the insane AI generated comic. Tomorrow I have an event. Whew, busy time. I will be at the Bear Creek Living Assisted Facility for my talk on how to hunt the Jersey Devil at 3 p.m. If you're a resident or family member, hope to see you there. We'll see you in the next one.